talk about you two. This is amazing. Amazing.
In May last year, I'm like, all right, somebody just give me his phone number. And so they gave me his phone number and I called him. And
You
so
called
he lives,
him?
I called him.
She called me, yes.
So he lives like an hour and a half away from me. I live just outside of Orlando and he lives in Ocala. So it's like an hour and 20 minutes. And so he was up there, I think it was on a Saturday. He was at a bar hanging out.
Saturday, yeah, it's a restaurant bar. And I get a phone call and it's an unknown number. I never answer unknown numbers, right? You know, usually it's a solicitation or they're trying to sell you a extra warranty on your vehicle. I mean, that's the call.
I was soliciting.
I answered the phone and it was Misty. Even though it was short, I felt, and I didn't know her, I felt very comfortable talking to her. Just, there was no effort. There was, you know, and so from there, we started talking on the phone.
It was COVID. Like we were starting to go into lockdown here. Yeah, so this was actually, it was May here.
May.
It was May here in Florida, yeah.
Yeah, so we couldn't meet up, so we talked on the phone for almost 2 months. And when I say we talked on the phone, we talked on the phone every day for 2 hours. So finally in July.
Yeah, July.
Wow.
We finally got to meet up and it was July 21st.
July 21st, yep.
And it was on a Tuesday. And it was the best date of both of our lives.
What made it such a great date?
I pull into the parking lot at the place we were going to meet, and she's already there waiting. And I backed in beside her and get out of my truck, and I walked around. She was still in her Jeep. She had not gotten out yet. And so I waited, and then she steps out of the Jeep. And she was wearing white shorts. Can I be descriptive on this? She was wearing these white shorts and they were kind of a little lace at the bottom of them and they were kind of short. But they were, and a really nice top. And when she stepped out of the Jeep, I walked up to her and she was about this.
I had wedges on.
This much taller than me. And I looked up and I went, oh crap. And before we met, again, in previous conversation, I told her, because it had been so long, we had talked on the phone, that when we meet, I said, I want to kiss you. Just right off the bat, I just want to kiss you. And because I just felt like it would be something very comfortable for both of us. So we did, we kissed. And the kiss was really wonderful. It went really well.
We just felt so comfortable together, and we sat down on stools kind of like we are here, and I just put my leg over his leg and he had his hands on mine, and there was a really cool light shining in that was kind of like a pinkish red, and we were holding hands and it made a heart, and he took a picture of it. So then so our next date was set up where we were going to go golfing, and then we were going to leave the golf course in Orlando and go to his dad's house in New Smyrna Beach, which is about 45 minutes away. So then we go back to his dad's house and he's like, can I talk to you? And I'm like, oh, you sound serious. So we go outside and we sit on a bench there and he's like, this is going like really, really well. And I'm like, yeah, I know. He's like, do you feel the same way? And I said, absolutely. And he's like, I know that, I just, got divorced and I, was going to spend all this time dating and meeting people and everything. And he's like, well, I kind of feel like I found the world.
Yeah.
I found the whole world right here. And he goes,
no, I said, well, I wanted to, I thought after the divorce, I wanted to get out and date and just kind of meet people from different cultures and what have you. And just, and then I just told her, I said, I think I've met the entire world right here. So.
He goes, do you want to be my girlfriend? And I said, yes. And then he tucked me into bed like a little kid. He tucked me in. Like a mummy and kissed me on the forehead and said, good night, girlfriend. And the rest is history.
Yeah, and then we just continue to go out and
That is the sweetest thing in the world.
And so when we went to Gatlinburg, I don't know if you can see our rings, but we got
Aw.
promise rings in Gatlinburg. They're opals.
I get so excited when I'm coming to see Misty, like my legs start shaking back and forth in the truck I'm driving, and I just get so excited.
And Lisa, we still talk on the phone for 2 hours every night.
Yes, when I'm up in Ocala at my business working, we still sit there and talk for 2 hours on the phone at night.
Ah,
And like, you know, it's not getting old, it's getting better.
It's getting better.
It just gets better and better.
My life has changed 200% in the last 7-8 months.
tell me about that.
So at the beginning of 2020, I said, well, you know what I usually do? I do a lot of coaching and stuff for my business, and I'm going to do it now for, you know, my personal life, to make that switch to, I'm like, the last person I dated, to me, I saw a definite pattern, and I had dated 3 men over the course of my life that were very much like this person, mean, you know, jealous, insecure, nasty to me, called me names, just all kinds of, you know, always thought that I was lying or cheating, and that's totally not who I am. And I was like, okay, at this point in time, I've got to take responsibility for this, because obviously I'm attracting this. And I've done a lot of personal development, you know, I've done a lot of Tony Robbins work and things like that, and had gotten to a point of like, well, there's still something going on here that's running in my subconscious that I'm not aware of, and I need to fix that.
How did you find me?
Facebook. You had one of your videos on there, and I started watching it, and I didn't hesitate. I reached out to you, and we had our first consultation, and I was in.
Misty, what was it that made you, you know, there's so many coaches out there.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many love coaches. I don't know if you looked at any others or.
I did.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
What made you, you know, you were just, I'm going to talk to Lisa. What was that?
It was your presence. It was your language. And at the time, I didn't realize that you had studied with Miguel from the Four Agreements, and
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of him and the Four Agreements. So I felt really connected to you, like your terminology, you were speaking my language.
Yeah.
You were speaking, and you're very authentic and sincere. So
thank you. So tell me, because it's such a compliment, and I'm always, you know, in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking, oh my gosh, somebody's coming in, they've done all this other work. Is this going to be unique? Like, what am I going to do that Tony Robbins hasn't taught her, that any myriad other coaches may not have given her? Can you speak to that a little bit?
absolutely. Your course, the way it's set up, is really phenomenal. I was just actually telling Jimmy last night, just kind of giving him some additional information about the course and you, and to this day, any course that I've taken, by far, your content has blown everything away. And you know, you have at the end of every module, I wanted something. I didn't want talk therapy. I wanted to do the work. I'm used to doing the work, and you have some exceptional things in there. And I can't remember the name. Oh, your final 5, figuring out your final 5. The words just jump off the page.
And it's a lot of work, right?
A lot of work.
The course is not easy.
Your course is not easy. Like I said, I've done a lot of things. You have a phenomenal amount of content. And I mean, it's like, okay, I did my job during the day, and then I went to my second job. But you know, it doesn't feel like that. Just like when you're running a business, it doesn't feel like you're going to work.
Yeah. Because what subject is more fascinating than you? And that's
yourself,
really
right?
what you're learning.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
What
you.
kind of a price tag can you put on love and happiness for the rest of your life?
Mm-hmm.
I say to women, I bought a sofa and 2 chairs for what this course costs, right?
Right.
It's like, what do you want? Some furniture or the love of, the guardian of your soul? And I don't think, I think so few people realize how much they don't know.
You don't know what you don't know.
Could they find a relationship? Yeah, they'll find somebody. But why wouldn't you want to do your due diligence if you've been through one bad relationship after another and you're almost 50 years old and you're like, okay, like this is what if maybe the most important part of my life and it's not working, maybe I should just stop and do 3 months of work and a small investment in your future is not a whole lot to ask, to have this, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you both. I am so honored. Jimmy, thank you for coming.
Isn't he so cute?
Yeah. I love you guys. I am so happy for you.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Super nice meeting you.
You
Well,
too.
Wonderful person.
Thank you, Lisa, for everything that you bring to the world and to the universe and to women. And I mean, you really have.
Men.
And men.
Men to me too.
She used to teach men.
Oh.
But I mean, you really have a phenomenal course. So I thank you for, I mean, I'm still learning from it today. There'll be things that'll pop up, or I still go back and watch some of the modules every now and then.
That's wonderful to hear, Misty. Go look at the puzzle piece meditation.
Yes, I will. I will. And tell Benjamin hello and congratulations on your new adventure in your home. And we look forward to seeing you. I look forward to meeting you in person.
That sounds wonderful.
Awesome.
Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.